yeah, I guess we can get into our 5v5 this week, which is worst ways to die.
Following right in with our theme of 1 year anniversary. So yeah,
Oh
this
man.
was definitely just a 5v5. Hopefully this doesn't
Yeah.
impact anyone, but
Yeah. Oh man.
it is going to be pretty funny because I feel like there are a lot of ways to die and there are a lot of pretty
Yeah.
bad ways to die.
Yeah, true.
So
No shortage of options. Did you I'm trying to remember who went first last. So we did the jobs we wish we had. And I can't remember if you chose actor first or if I chose professional athlete first.
I think you chose professional athlete first because I had that down.
Then you got it, dude. What is the number one
way to die?
Worst way to die?
I think my personal experience being burned alive would be one of the worst ways to die. Just because when I burned my arms in a deep fryer, I was like, this is a lot of pain. And so I can only imagine being burned alive would be not pleasant.
Oh, dude, that'd be terrible. I think my first pick is going to be drowning. Like hands down. Like I think like a fear I have, like obviously you have that, like there's those things where people are like claustrophobic in those tight spaces and like the water's like I'm like, that literally be my worst nightmare.
Yeah,
like, literally like you're like gasping. You have like you see it in movies all the time where it's like the person's head's like just above the water level and it's like slowly rising. That would be my worst nightmare. Like that would hands down be my worst nightmare. And it's like similar to burning to death where it's like a prolonged thing. Like it's not like, oh, I'm not gonna feel it. It's like you're like slowly like I can't breathe, and then you just fucking dude,
game over.
Damn, getting like
chills. Your last few thoughts.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, what's your second pick?
My second one is actually another kind of prolonged one. It's gonna be buried alive. So
shit, I didn't even think about that.
Just 6 feet under, you're in a box, and you're just gonna be there until you run out of oxygen. So
that's like that claustrophobic shit, dude. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck, like I don't get, and this is like totally different line of thinking, but like I don't get how people are like love doing those things where maybe it's like in caves or stuff where they'll like go through the smallest. I'm like, what if you get stuck? Like, what if you get stuck? Like, I'm like, you're like, oh my god, I could never do that. Or like, there's people who are like, oh, if you go through this, it's so cool on the other side. I'm like, who's the first person who tried that? Like, who's the first person
I wonder how far this goes.
Who didn't know where this leads? And you're just actively like, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fucking just chill in this fucking hole and hope there's something on the other side. Like, fuck that. That is a fucking buried alive is fucking terrifying. All of these are terrifying. So it's not like any of these would be like, oh, you know what, dude, that'd be pretty fun. I will say this is kind of the same. It's slightly different though. So I don't know if this counts as a different one, but this is just this is why I wouldn't want to go surfing, and I don't know what is water, but just dying adrift at sea, like in the middle of nowhere, you see nothing, I would lose it. Like I would hate that. Like that would be, you see like sharks around. I guess that would now get into like being eaten alive by an animal, but I'm gonna say the adrift at sea part where you just like see nothing and you're just hopeless and you're like, this is it. This is all it is. And you don't, and there's also just this like you're terrified. You're like, it's starting to get dark. Dude, what's around me? Fuck that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I'm going to follow your theme there. And I think I'm going to do Adrift at space. Like, imagine like literally just being in a spacesuit and then like your thing cuts and you're just like, say goodbye, we can't get you. And like, here's forever into the void. So
I will never forget this. And it cracks me up is when you told me that one dream you had. And I don't know if we've talked about it on here, but where you said we were in space and you hadn't put your helmet on yet, and like
you were just raring to go outside.
I was just like,
dude, wait, my fucking helmet's not locked in, dude.
I was like, dude, hurry up, we gotta go. Boop, open it, and you're just dead. I'm like, damn, dude, like that's so. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a while ago.
Funny. So funny. I will say my next one would be, and I think part of this is like, I guess it'd be like a quick death, but the journey there would not be great. is falling from like somewhere like really high up, like heights. Like I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, I mean, I don't know in what situation you'd be in the top of a building, just fucking fall, but I'm thinking like, oh, like Grand Canyon sort of shit where it's like you look over, it's like fucking
Yeah.
straight down, or like any cliffs or anything, like
Just,
just
I don't
straight
know.
down. Like that shit
Wrong
terrifies.
move, and it's
Yeah, exactly. Like that
it's like
shit terrifies me. Like that's like the type of shit where you ever been in those moments where maybe like doze off on a plane or something, and like you have that moment where you're like dozing off, and maybe like you're like falling in your like whatever you just like you're dreaming or whatever, you just go, whoa, like just jump up, dude, and you look like a crazy person because you're like sleeping. You're just like, holy shit. Like that scares the fuck out of me anytime that happens, where I'm just like falling in a dream and I just wake up. I'm like, damn,
yeah,
dude, that would be the worst.
yeah. I think to be more specific for me, I was gonna say like what if the elevator fails?
Oh,
So
dude.
like you and two people are in an elevator,
Free
and all of a sudden
fall.
the elevator just says like, you see the lights go on. You're like, well,
Oh
everybody
my
jump when you
god.
get to the ground.
Dude, that'd be terrible. That'd be terrible. Um, I would say the next one. This is tough. I'm trying to think what would be worse between these two. Neither of them are great. I'm gonna say a plane crash.
Yeah,
Because one, you don't really have the opportunity to be like saying, I'm guessing none of these, you're not like wanting or expecting these to happen. So it's not like you can say bye to
yeah,
your family, but like you're trapped in this fucking metal tube and you have like no way of escaping. And it's just like, I don't know, that would be terrible. Like just crashing in a plane, that would suck.
yeah. That would suck.
Like it would suck. I don't know how else, all these would suck, but
And
that would
then
suck.
I think my last one's got to be eaten by an animal.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was going. I'm mad you picked that. That was what I was going back and forth between.
Just to be eaten limb by limb, just someone's
Oh,
gnawing on you.
what would be the worst animal to get eaten by?
Like a lion or a tiger
Oh,
or a shark.
dude, my mind immediately like the shark. Like it's so funny because I
The
grew
water
up.
would be kind of fucked because it's
Yeah.
just like,
Oh, dude.
at least on land, you're like, well, maybe I can punch this. and
The water,
the
you're
water,
like-
you're like, well, I'm
you're
just
like,
fucking here.
Yeah. I think like it's so funny because like I am terrified of that scenario of like, oh, what if I'm in the sea and there's a fucking shark like near me? Like that would scare the fuck out of me. But I'm
Yeah,
also
dude.
still like so
We're Midwest
fascinated.
boys. We're not meant for that.
Exactly. I'm still at the same time so fascinated by like the ocean and stuff. Like I grew up like, oh dude, I want to be a marine biologist. And then like I grew up, I'm like, fuck that. But like it's so funny because I'm like so fascinated. I like follow Instagram accounts where they like, even with sharks, I think I follow like a shark Instagram account where like so cool. They have all these cool pictures, but at the same time, like I don't understand this fascination of mine because I'm like, this is so cool. But if I ever saw this in person, dude, I'd lose my fucking mind.
Yeah, no, definitely.
No,
I
dude.
would. I do not fuck with sharks or any sea things. So
Oh yeah. Oh
they
yeah.
can keep their own way of life.
Oh dude, for sure. The next one between two. I'm gonna say being strangled. That would suck.
By the what is that? The strangler or whatever.
Yeah, the Scranton Strangler.
There we go. That's the strap.
Yeah, that would fucking suck. Just be like someone come up to you, just or this is kind of similar. No, I'm gonna go with strangle. But like another one that I don't even have on my list, but made me think of it when I said strangled, is those things where they if you put a like they do this in movies and TV shows where they'll put the bag over someone's head and like suffocate them. Fuck that. I mean, fuck all of these, but like fuck that too.
Yeah, now it's like we're on the thing of like murder. So like, yeah, just getting murder would probably be like a pretty bad one. But I'm like, hopefully these don't ever happen to anyone. So
Yeah, I know. Oh my god. Speaking of getting murdered, I had shot. Oh, stabbed would be really bad too. Like just
freezing
fucking
to death.
freezing to death, getting hit by a car.
I had this one that I found on like a torture website that was called
Dude, what the fuck?
Drawn. Well, it was like it's like the history.com,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
no.
history channel.
Working
And it
out
was
a-
like
oh my god.
it was like bad ways that like back in the days they used to like kill people. And one was called drawn and quartered. Basically, they tie each of your limbs up to a horse in like opposite directions and like tell them like run. So, like,
the fuck,
spread
good
eagle.
dude. Good thing you didn't put that on on your list, because people would be like, damn, they're pretty
Oh, there's
fucked
into
up.
some weird shit.
I will say that like doing research for this one was really fucking weird, because it's like I think I searched like worst ways to die, and like obviously like definitely get help in like all the, obviously with like suicide prevention, all that stuff, but like that was the first result. Like it's like suicide prevention hotline, which is a good thing for when you're searching that, like that should be number one. But like
Yeah.
it just was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but it was
Like
just
maybe
like,
I'm attracting myself to some list that I don't
yeah, I was
want
about to
to
be
be
like,
on.
damn dude, like we're about to be on some like watch lists, like be careful, they're searching some up some crazy shit, and it's like, no, we're just doing this for a podcast. But yeah, that was, oh my god. So yeah, I had getting hit by a car crash as well. Like I think like I know, but the one thing is it'd be immediate, but it's also like one of those things where like it's just all it just, yeah, I don't know. I hate that. That would be a terrible way to die. And then I also put starving. That would suck.
Yeah.
And also one of the things on the list that I found was getting thrown into a volcano.
Yeah.
That would
Sacrifice.
suck.
Someone eats your heart or something.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of that. What's my whole list? Yeah. A lot of bad ways to die out there. There's not really good
Yeah.
ways to die. I mean,
No.
I feel like the best way to die would probably just be to die in your sleep. Like, right? That's got to be,
Until you're just
gotta be
scared to
number
go
one.
to sleep.
yeah, you're gonna just be laying there awake.
Yeah.
But I feel like that'd be the most peaceful, probably.
Yeah. No,
I don't
definitely.
know.
I agree. We have to go back over our list if you want.
Yeah.
Go back
Electric
over
chair is
our
another
five.
way to die. Or get
That's
oh
like
dude. I mean,
That's
this would be like some shit where you're in like a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but like getting hung. Dude, that
Yeah.
would suck.
yeah.
Sorry. This is such a
You just
dark
want to keep
fucking
going about this year, but
I'm fucking dead. As all these ways. Yeah. My picks, I had drowning, being adrift at sea, falling from heights, plane crash, and being strangled.
And
The last one's so fucked up.
mine is burned alive, buried alive, adrift at space, elevator falling, and being eaten by an animal. And just for anyone, if you guys feel any type of way after this, feel free to reach out to any of us or
Yes,
anyone.
anyone.
This gets really
I'm
dark,
so
but we're being
sorry.
goofy about it. But
Yeah, we're trying
please,
to be, yes.
just for reference sake, please reach out to us. We'll be gladly to make a joke with you to make you laugh.
Oh my god. Sorry, maybe this wasn't a good idea. But
It's not.
we
It's
fucking
supposed to
went
be
with
funny.
it. We fucking
It'd be
went
the
with it.
worst.
It would be the worst. Oh,
But yeah,
man.
so-
have a good rest of your week, guys. Positive.
Yeah, literally.